My name is Jennifer, and Kelly is my best friend. I feel the family is definitely ganging up on her. I've seen quite a bit of emails and letters from Marlo, and I do think she can get quite nasty. Marlo should have her nose more into her own marriage and her own life. Greg used to be a nice person, but the way he treats Kelly, and I don't think the family actually sees it, or maybe they don't want to see it, it's downright rude. There's a lovely rumor that Kelly tried to take Tim, which is Marlo's husband, to a strip club. That rumor is definitely not true. I can squash that right here. I was there when this incident happened. I definitely think that Tim instigated that whole thing just to save his own you-know-what. Kelly's definitely getting a bad rap from this. I think that she's the scapegoat most of the time. You know, when there's no one to blame, let's blame Kelly.
You also think your wife's getting a bum rap?
Yeah, 100%.
Because you think you don't catch hell when you go home after interacting with your family.
You know,
Bill, you told me that you catch hell from her. That's why you don't come around, is because when you do, when you bring her around, when you get home with her, you catch hell. You told me that, Bill.
And Bill, you've also told me.
oh,
We just
you
want
gotta
to
be
have
kidding
good
me.
relations.
No, Bill.
I'm a grown man. I'm free to hang around my family whenever I want. I'm free to take my wife.
Did you tell them that she
No,
gives you hell for?
No,
Okay,
maybe
well, let me ask
maybe
you,
there was an instance.
Do
that-
you resent him interacting with these family members? I wouldn't be bizarre to me if you did, because they obviously don't like you.
Oh, absolutely not. I've never tried to stand between him having a relationship with his family.
I just think there's just, over the last year, you've just crossed the line. You've crossed the line with myself, with Tim, with Greg. When you sent the text message responding to Tim about the strip club, yeah, Jen and I will meet you there.
Okay.
You know? That,
All
to
right.
me, that
Well,
was
okay,
inappropriate.
no, I didn't ask for the, so that was the example, that you sent a text message saying you and Jen would meet him at the strip club.
Explain why you're texting.
Okay, did you do that?
To my knowledge, no.
Well, I mean, you don't, how do you forget that? You did or you didn't?
And that's what I'm saying. I have emphatically denied I did not do that. So
Give me
that's
one
why I've asked to
example
see
of-
it.
Give me one example of what she's done to cross the line with you.
Well, Dr. Phil, just for the fact that she would show up with Greg's ex, you know,
Okay, so she was betraying your brother. You felt
essentially,
like she was
basically,
being disloyal to your
absolutely.
brother. All right, what has she done? What is one thing she's done to cross the line with you?
When she showed up at my court hearing to testify
Okay,
against me.
so we know that at least two right here have a problem with you showing up as an adverse witness to a family member. In managing your family relationships, do you think that was a good idea in retrospect?
I don't think that it was a good idea, but what I can tell you is it wouldn't have made a difference because the attorney spoke to 3 people. I'm the only one that went voluntarily. The other 2 were subpoenaed.
Can you acknowledge why a family would object to an in-law giving adverse testimony to a family member?
Absolutely.
In that kind of situation.
But it was the right thing to do, and I would have done it for anybody. I guess my question is, would it have been better to just let them subpoena me, and then I would have been forced to be there?
Oh, absolutely, unequivocally.
Okay.
I would have let
Okay.
them subpoena me
Okay.
before I'm going to go talk to a family member.
So that was my error.
Well, no, that's what listen, I'm trying to get something on the table that we can all agree on. Because to me, listen, I spent 15 years as a litigation consultant following a long time in practice. I've been through these family disputes before. Voluntarily showing up to give adverse testimony against father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, anybody is not a good way to endear yourself to the family.
Oh,
now,
I know.
Come on. I mean, don't act like you don't know that.
In my mind, it didn't make a difference.
Now, one thing that I'd like to point out, we always ask you guys, what are your questions for Dr. Phil? You answered, how can we stop the games and gossip, along with some other questions. You said, does Dr. Phil think that Kelly is open or even capable of being helped? Only one person, and that was Greg, said, what can I do to make my relationship better with Kelly? Not one person, not one person took any ownership for these problems at all, except Greg, who appears to be the target of whatever venom is being spewed, actually said, what can I do to improve my relationship with Kelly? Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.